So we're back at it with day 105 of the wheel challenge, and today we got a custom map again, which is pretty crazy. We spun custom twice in a row. The hero is going to be Zeely, and then the first tower will be the Ultra Juggernaut, which is kind of concerning so far, so we need a good tower to round everything off, and we did actually get that Wizard top path. So for the custom map, I found this one, which is just called Western Wasteland. It looks pretty cool, and I think it will go very well with the Ultra Juggernaut, so let's give it a go. There's the code if you want to try playing it. So to start this out, I wanted just to see how hard this map was, to give like a rough estimate of the difficulty, and it looked actually kind of difficult. Everything just comes in and then immediately comes out, so I decided to try out some starts. I found I really could only start with triple darts, so we get that and we go. I'll be going for the spike pult in the early game. I grab a Zeely down there too, and I didn't really put this in the best of spots, which as you can see, when it shoots straight, it flies immediately out of the circle. There definitely could have been some better spots. It bounces around when it has like other targets, but most of the time it just flies out. So that kind of stinks a little bit, but it won't really be that big of an issue, hopefully, so let's keep moving along. I'm going to go for the Wizard now, and we'll have Zeely to use her abilities whenever. She doesn't really do a whole lot, and use her a lot in the late game will kind of do for like the rounds that I necessarily need her, but in between that, she isn't doing a whole lot. I get a foam here for some decamo, and then also to kind of slow things down because some balloons are kind of going fast. We'll turn that into an overclock later, so it's a pretty good purchase. And then with this, I was surprisingly able to just like fly straight through round 40 no problem, which is pretty cool. The Juggernaut's actually a pretty underrated upgrade. From there, it's really easy just going straight into the Ultra Juggernaut and Archmage. This run was actually a little bit easier than I thought, so I'm going to be going for a good amount of cash spare at the end, and we'll just see how it goes. So getting the Archmage and the Ultra Juggernaut together wasn't really much of a challenge. We have our damage, and we just need a little bit of support. I'll try to do it without a lot. I'm definitely getting overclock, so we can have that on Archmage and all, but I'm also planning on getting a Moab glue eventually. I put that glue down thinking I'd turn it into a Moab glue, but I forget about it. I kind of just looked like a dart monkey in that mask, so I ended up buying another glue to actually get the Moab glue. So waste of $245, but not the biggest of deals. Out of all of these rounds, 95 and 98 were really the only difficult ones, and even that there wasn't a whole lot of difficulty. 95 just took a few tries. There was a lot of just random leaking stuff from random places. For 96 I needed to buy a Moab glue, and then that just made it a lot more simpler. We're using Azili's abilities now, and I do micro the Archmage Wall of Fire around here and there for rounds that are necessary. Round 98 was really the one that ended up taking the most tries, and I kind of gave up a little bit through it and just bought one Berserker Brew for the, I think it ended up landing on the Ultra Juggernaut. It was supposed to go on the Archmage, but anyways, that was all I really needed to win the round. If I'd spent a lot more time and just RNG'd it out, I could have beaten it without it, I assume, or if I probably had Ultra Juggernaut in a better spot, I probably would have won too. But with that, it was all pretty good. The one annoying thing is that Hex would go at kind of random places. Well, not random. It goes on the first target, but based on the way that some of the tracks are laid out, the first one is not really the one that you want to target. So that was a little bit unfortunate. It would have been a lot easier if they could jump on the ZOMGs that I would have planned for, but with that, we just had to move on. Then for round 99, we take just a few tries, but this one ends up going down 2, and then 100 was really easy. And with that, we ended off with a pretty good amount of cash spare. Overall, I think the map was pretty good. I really like it. I think the track is definitely interesting. It reminds me of Spillway, but just reversed and a lot harder. And with all said and done, that was a pretty cool challenge. So thanks to whoever made this map, and have a great day.
Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!